groceries. Blah, blah, blah. They're called priorities for a reason.
We'll get to those things. Maybe. This isn't gonna...
Don't regret the bet. For tips that will help you play it smart, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Mic check. Welcome to Bieber TV.
Division III state championship on the line. ATAP is here for the second consecutive year. Kawama Westphalia going for their second state championship and their 4th ever trip. And Ed, you guess, because they're part of the Capital Region, they got a really good contingent cheering them on right behind their bench. Evan Stockton, Alexis Ayala, glad you're joining us wherever you're watching, however you're doing it. Thanks for joining us for MHSA State Finals weekend. We started with these semis on Thursday that ATAP and Kawama Westphalia both played in. You know, Arts and Technology Academy of Pontiac was trailing Menominee in their semifinal game by 9 at halftime, but they blitzed them, outscored them by 21 in the second half, and ATAP ends up winning comfortably. As for Kawama Westphalia, taking on a Flint Elite program that had never been here before, Kawama Westphalia Flex ended up running away in that game, and a big reason why, someone we must focus on this whole game for Kawama Westphalia. You're introducing him now. Number 32, Trent Pickett. He was a problem inside BW on Thursday.
Pickett was an absolute monster. If our player to watch wasn't Kawama Westphalia's all-time leading scorer, Grady Heckman, it would absolutely be Pickett. He did such a great job crashing the glass, creating second chance opportunities and more possessions for BW.
And on the other side for ATAP, Lewis Lovejoy will grab a lot of the headlines. But how about number 5, Jaden Price? Really, really good the other day for ATAP. Season high 27 points. This does feel like the type of game for them. If Lovejoy draws a lot of defensive attention from BW, other guys from ATAP are going to have some.
100%. That's something that ATAP did a good job of in their semifinals game. It wasn't solely the Lewis Lovejoy show, even though he knows how to take over and take the big shots when it matters most. Everyone pitched in.
Kawama Westphalia against Arts and Technology Academy of Pontiac. ATAP lost in the state title game last year in their first ever trip. Trying to become the first team from Pontiac to win a state championship since Northern went back-to-back in 01 and 02. Their interim head coach is Zach Kelso. Normally the head coach is Orlando Lovejoy, but Zach's done a great job in his place. And 30 years ago on Detroit Martin DeForest,
it's a bittersweet type of moment because it's like, it hurt so bad to lose in the quarterfinals, and not being right here on the biggest stage in Michigan high school sports is crazy wild. But shouts out to the young men, and let's tap into the game.
to get this game going.
Logan Farmer starts for Pewamo Westphalia. 19 points in the semis. Right away inside, Grady Eklund is on the board.
There's that toughness paired with the soft touch. He's really good at using his body to dip the shoulder, high elbows for the get off me on the defender, but then that soft, pretty finish.
Now Devontae Grandison had his shot altered.
Really key for ATAP to get on the O glass early.
Eklund is so efficient on Thursday in the semis. 9 of 12. Piggott on cue, muscling his way inside, and he gets an early foul on Dontrell Grandison.
Piggott does a really nice job at trusting his footwork, trusting the process, being patient down low. Watch Piggott dipping the shoulder, drawing the contact for himself. The step through, he's never rushing that shot.
Oh, they're a little big.
You know, Trent Piggott, that big game he had
For the Pirates.
back in the semis on Thursday, 10 and 14, 10 points, 14 rebounds. The crazy thing, Lexi, about what Trent did the other day, half of his 14 rebounds, 7 were offensive rebounds. He was just really a menace the other day.
That was what changed the game for both.
There's a lot of piracies going on too right now in the world with that Strader Hormuz, man. Praying for the world.
Good sign for PW that Piggott knocked them both down. Last year he was great at the line, 77%. This year it's actually gone down 15%.
That's work. Oh yeah,
Lewis
Trey ball. You know
Lovejoy.
what time it is.
And Farmer's got the long rebound as
He
ATAP
got
is
the
called to
long
start.
rebound.
Lovejoy sometimes
Let's
has a little
go.
hitch in his three-point shot. It's part of his form and not what throws it.
Let's go. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay. Oh, head fake. Oh, good D. Come on, come on, come on, Lovejoy. Good D. That's work.
Part of Eklund's game is his vision. He averages nearly 4 assists per game. He's score-first mentality, but constantly looking for a cutter.
Good cross.
Devontae Grandison, 11 and 8 in the semis. Lovejoy was the star, 24 in those semis with 6 rebounds and 5 steals. Another J here. Grandison threw it off of a Pirate inside. That is a smart play.
Let's go,
And
A-Tap.
still a good quality shot by Lovejoy. He's shifty as all heck. He knows how to put even the best defenders like Eklund on skates, create space so well.
They going off of Nolan George. Either way, really smartly done by Grandison. Lewis's dad, Orlando, is usually the head coach, but it was reported this week that he can't be the coach right now because he had too many ejections in the regular season.
We just call that passion. Come on, give him a break.
You said it, not me. Grandison, passionate
Oh,
rebound.
good rebound there.
Eklund altered the shot, and this time PW's got it.
Grandison has to be more calm when he catches that ball down low. Find the sweet spot on the glass. There's a lost start, and he needs to lock in there.
I agree.
Eklund on go. He's ready to go in the state championship game.
Talk about finding the sweet spot on the glass, utilizing your fundamentals. Eklund embodies that.
Oh, wow. Look at that
Lovejoy,
thing. Oh,
good.
Lovejoy.
A-Tap and missed
Way
the
to
first
quiet
5
the
field goals
crowd.
before that make.
You see why Lovejoy is so hard to guard. He is so lethal on that first step. He has his shiftiness, his little hezzies that he adds, and his ability to stop on a dime and pull up in your face. Crazy.
Back to Farmer. Spitzley to Eklund.
Oh, good miss. Come on.
This is a foul inside. It's likely on Tyler Spitzley reaching in.
Way to box out 24.
Great quality shot, though, by PW. You get the paint touch first, which completely opens up Eklund from distance. He's a really good three-point shooter, knocks it down at nearly 35%.
Right.
First sub of the ball game for PW. Nolan George is out. Ty Thalen is in. Yes, there's more Thalens playing sports for Pewamo Westphalia. Ty and Sam are on this year's team. They're cousins.
A lot of family connections.
Lovejoy gave it up.
Oh, good shot.
Grandison, another 3 that teams are taking from the college line. They keep forgetting about that high school line.
You see it happen every year in the semis and state finals, and it's like head coaches need to remind their players, take that extra step inside.
Oh, nice cut. Just put a man on a poster.
Eklund, get out of town. The setup on that was
Big
textbook.
time.
Like he was going
Two-hand
over for a
dunk
handoff,
on him.
and then
At the
backdoor cut caught
wrestling,
him
the
sleeping all
crowd
the
going
space to
crazy.
slam.
Phelan tricks it
Oh.
down.
Oh,
Blocked
good
by
block.
Grandison.
Neff.
Grandison
Good block,
has that
Neff.
stringy
Let's go.
wingspan to get up
Look
and get
up,
big
pull
blocks.
I'll go away and I'll take any shot.
Pewamo Westphalia has provided the early punch.
Let's work, Neff. Okay.
Grandison.
That's not a
Rebound
bad shot.
Eklund, who is stuffing that stat sheet.
Okay.
Grandison needs that extra dribble inside. He has
That
a
was a-
decent
that's a
mid-range
fine
pull-up, but
dunk.
he is so much better when he can get all the way to the blocks and go strong.
Eklund hauled down and fouled again. Man,
Hey,
Pewamo
you
Westphalia
can tell,
attacking
you know,
inside, Lex. All of their field goals in this game, like this dunk, have come on the paint.
My goodness, Eklund is so good at the backdoor cut. His off-the-ball movement is what's so impressive, how he's able to get the big bunnies and big plays like that.
Wow.
Eklund fouled
Wow, that
again.
was an incredible
Very quickly,
situation.
that is the third team foul on ATAP.
ATAP has to have more discipline, lock in, and make sure to stay in front, stay clean.
Eklund curling. Eklund got Lovejoy in the air. And all of a sudden, these fouls are a big-time problem for ATAP. 14 fouls and one guy, 4 different guys, has at least one foul.
Eklund really knows how to draw contact. ATAP has to be prepared for PW, and especially Eklund playing really fundamentally sound, going back to the basics with shot fakes to get you to leave your feet. You gotta stay low and locked in.
Big day for Dominic Schneider, head coach for Pewamo Westphalia. He's an alum, trying to bring another state title back to a place he cares about so much. We have a couple of alums coaching teams in state title games today. Ray Mitchell, the head coach for East Lansing, lost a heartbreaker to Rockford in our D1 final. Rockford wins by 4 in an awesome basketball game and an awesome environment. Spitzley got the miss. Now he's blitzed in the corner, and they say it's ATAP ball.
Gosh, Evan, back to your point about PW's head coach, Dominic Schneider. Staying in the family, staying in the community, it means so much, especially to these smaller schools, as you see ATAP hustling on the defensive end there. To have someone come back, represent their squad, you know it's coming with passion and a real love for the team.
Lovejoy, nice move. Lovejoy, nice jumper.
Lovejoy's mid-range game is absolutely lethal. People say it's dead. Lovejoy is reviving it.
Phelan waits in. Lovejoy's got to be careful. He already has a foul. We get another whistle. ATAP's 15th foul and the second on their best player, Lewis Lovejoy.
Lovejoy's doing a little too much. You have to respect that he's just trying to get his squad back in this game. Running around, he's the Energizer Bunny. But you have to stay locked in. Know your assignment. Don't go down and double when that's not your job.
Lexi, this kind of feels like the semifinal game that ATAP played against Menominee, where Menominee utilized their size. They got a big lead, led by 9 at halftime. And ATAP played that amazing second half. But what they did to rally back in that game is start utilizing their athleticism against Menominee. Two-pronged problem. A, Pewamo Westphalia is very athletic in their own right. And yeah, to your point, kind of feels like Lovejoy is forcing it right now.
Little too much. He can force it all he wants on the offensive end. He's that go-to bucket getter, and he's got the green light to take as many shots as he wants. Where he has to have discipline is the defensive end so that he can stay on the hardwood. ATAP needs him out there all game.
Jaden Price is in for ATAP. Watch out for 5 and white. 27 in the semis. On the move here. Slithery into the lane. Rebound, Grandison finishes.
Grandison is so good at pulling down offensive boards. It's half hustle, half discipline. He's getting in the right position, boxing out, and going for it.
Sam Phelan Farmer to another Thalen driving to the rim. That's tie for two.
Kawama Westphalia's off-the-ball movement is gorgeous. And ATAP has to call a timeout, talk some things over, because right now, PW is looking like a well-oiled machine.
They're the local favorites from about a half hour away. It's gotta feel like a road game for ATAP. 4 straight points from Ty Thalen have pushed PW back up to a 6-point lead. Congratulations to all our officials working this week. It's such an honor for these men and women to work these state basketball championship games. And our officials today, Alan Schraubin, Randall Ravelski, and Tony Ball. We have confirmed that he wants to go by Tony, not Anthony. So while his given name, maybe the name his mom calls him as Anthony, by his own request, we will call Mr. Ball Tony.
Hey, I love it. A lot of Anthony's like Tony better. I don't know where it comes from, but I respect it.
Didn't get a chance to give our officials in the D1 game a little love. Lewis Brown, Andrew Ott, and Drew Rupert did a really nice job in that hotly contested game. Congratulations to the 2 programs that have already won today. Concord knocked off Detroit Douglas in Division 4. Rockford beat East Lansing in Division 1, and we'll have one more game for you right around 6:45. Highly anticipated Division 2 championship between Hudsonville Unity Christian and Freeland. That's a rematch from a game earlier this year.
ATAP, the main thing that they need to do to adjust on moving forward in this game is to utilize their emotions to the benefit. Right now, they're playing with a little too much adrenaline. You don't play in front of crowds like this typically in your regular season. It brings a lot of extra pressure out of you.
Lovejoy remains in. Open look. Baker, no. Eklund again.
ATAP sometimes gets a little stagnant in their off-the-ball movement because Lovejoy's so good at breaking a defense down off the dribble, but other teammates and players need to have that cutting and flow still.
By the way, Grady Eklund already 6 points, 4 rebounds in his final game as a PW Pirate. The top scorer in the history of the school's got it again. Farmer turnaround, and PW's lead grows.
ATAP changed into a zone defense, and it's really important to still pass through a zone and find those hula hoops inside.
Grandison got a foul. It's the second team foul on Kawama Westphalia.
What is really good about ATAP is it's not just all Lovejoy right now. Grandison's doing a really good job imposing his will and being a threat on the scoring end as well.
That is the second foul on Tyler Spitzley, another senior who's playing his last game as a PW Pirate. Oh, Grandison baked it in. It's a Saturday at 5 o'clock, but I suppose the bank is still open.
Really key for ATAP to get
Be honest with me, Lexi. When you were playing and you baked in a shot, you baked in a free throw, did you feel guilty?
No. Every time I would make a bank, I would say, even when I'm off, I'm on. I'm like that.
I think that is the difference in our personalities. I'd be like, oh, come on, you're not supposed to do that. Lexi goes, hey, it still went in. What the heck do I care?
That would get me going.
Touchdown lead for Kawama Westphalia, who did play in the Division III football semis this year, by the way. They lost to Menominee, who won the whole thing. Sam Thalen for three.
PW knows exactly how to beat ATAP's defense. You get the paint touch and hot potato passes rolling. It opens things up, finds the rhythm.
Largest lead to the game for PW. Lovejoy gave it up. Price blocked. Still ATAP ball. Lovejoy. Shot doesn't count. Foul before on Nolan George.
Lovejoy is such a hustler. He is all over the court. What a great block by PW getting out. It looked like it would have been a wide open bucket. Extra pass. Not on PW's watch.
You know, there's not many points in a ball game where Grady Eklund comes out. They'll try to sneak him a break here. Lovejoy. Baker got the miss. Baker back on go. He lost the ball. But ATAP tracks it down.
Good hustle by ATAP. They're trying to stay in this, keeping their head down.
They'll play for the final shot of the first quarter where they've been on their back heel. What a move. Lewis Lovejoy now. Time for PW. They let it go. Pewamo Westphalia trying to win their first state championship since 2019. ATAP back for the second straight year. But right now the Lions are in trouble because the Pirates of PW have blitzed them in the game's first 8 minutes.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's
The MHSAA Basketball Finals are brought to you by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. It's a game changer.
We had almost 10,000 people at our Division III championship between Rockford and East Lansing. Not going to quite get to those numbers today, Lexi, but good crowd here for Pewamo Westphalia. School from about 30 minutes away. Pewamo Westphalia, 2 communities in one. Less than 1,000 folks. Couple of stoplights. No stoplights in those 2 towns. Lexi, right now, ATAP, it kind of feels like the first game they played this weekend on Thursday when Menominee got up on them early. ATAP rallied back in this game, but it does kind of feel like they're facing a different challenge in Pewamo Westphalia.
ATAP is really having a hard time finding quality shots against Pewamo Westphalia's defense, but even more so, it's Pewamo Westphalia's offense in the half-court set that is completely picking apart ATAP. There needs to be more communication from ATAP on the defensive end.
Lewis Lovejoy, as ATAP tries to figure it out on this offensive trip. Team that did end up scoring 78 against Menominee, 31 in the first half. Lovejoy, rainbow 3, bottom.
ATAP is never out of a game because Lovejoy can single-handedly bring them back into it. He is an absolutely lethal scorer who nearly averages a double-double.
Piggott on the move. Got another whistle and a foul. They have to respect that three-point shot. Piggott, even as a big guy, has that ability, and they ding Devontae Grandison here.
Grandison totally respected Piggott's three-point shot. He ran out there, rushed up, got in his grill. The issue is he can't ride his hip. At that point, you have to call for help, and defense needs to slide over being camped out on that help line to contest.
Talked a little bit about the state championship game that ATAP played in last year where they lost to Riverview Gabriel Richard, the team that knocked out Pewamo Westphalia in the semis. ATAP only led that game for about 3 minutes. Lewis Lovejoy played well, had 21 points and 8 rebounds, but in that game, Lexi, a thing that doomed ATAP was they didn't have a second scoring option, and that's kind of the way it's going today. Lovejoy's got 7 of the 10 for ATAP.
There's been a lot of games where ATAP had to rely on Lovejoy solely to win them the game. There's always in it.
Piggott got the block on Grandison. Couple of cracks for Devontae and no dice.
Piggott's so strong down low. He does a good job of staying clean. Grandison can't put his head down or get frustrated by that. Next play mentality.
Eklund back inside. Fighting for his miss. Grady Eklund again!
Eklund is so good at drawing contact. He utilizes shot fakes, utilizes his footwork. Grandison tried to keep his hands up clean, but threw in the body at the end. He could have avoided all that if he turned around, boxed out Eklund on the first attempt, pulled down the defensive board for a stop.
Deshaun Payton about to come in for ATAP, as all of their starters have at least one foul. And Devontae Grandison and Lewis Lovejoy both have 2. This is not a deep ATAP team. They technically played 8 guys in the semifinal win, but Tai-Tru Lang barely played. This is not a deep bench to begin with, and already a couple of big pieces in foul trouble. Into the lane goes Price, and he's on the board.
Price did a really nice job recognizing Piggott was waiting there on the help line to get another big block. Got to throw up that floater before the big guy can get to you.
Farmer gave it up. Got it back. Can't get in that corner again. Eklund spin, and he dribbled it off his foot.
ATAP dodged a bullet, though, because Price was not slid over on the help line ready for Eklund's drive, and that's where ATAP has struggled a lot today. When that first line of defense gets beat, no one else is there.
Chance for ATAP to get closer here after that break. Price came off a couple of screens and got swatted. Farmer saying it was off Price. They do say it's off Pewamo Westphalia.
Price double teamed that time between Farmer and Piggott. Great block from behind from Farmer, but he has to be able to realize, Price, how to dish out of a double.
Good pull up.
Long rebounds. Lovejoy wanted it. He got it back. By the way, Pewamo Westphalia, 3 blocks already in this game. Lovejoy. Oh, my goodness. The definition of smooth.
Lovejoy starting to get in that zone. His confidence is overflowing out of him when he starts his little hand movements and chants, his chirping. You know it's on.
Good way to push up, Joy. Good way to push up.
Piggott's still thinking about that corner pop. Hasn't taken it yet. Corner 3. Phelan almost got his miss. Eventually got it. Piggott lost the ball. Unsettled sequence stays on this end.
Unsettled sequence because ATAP did do a better job at their scramble defense that time, and it all started with Price. He was doing a really good job communicating, being a vocal leader out there as a senior.
Off the inbound, right to Eklund. Mismatch and 2 more.
Eklund said, that's easy money, and now ATAP gets an unforced turnover here. Oh, never mind. They'll bring it back.
Pewamo Westphalia crowd thinks that should be their ball. I suppose they gave a reprieve. Tony Ball did and let ATAP keep the ball. Pewamo Westphalia shooting 61%. ATAP at 27. Lovejoy keeping them afloat. He got another 3.
Crazy miscommunication out of PW. If anything, keep the double team there. Don't send them both away. You've got to lock in on Lovejoy out of everybody.
He's got 13 of ATAP's 18 points. Farmer shot faking. Got inside and scored again.
ATAP closes out too hard on the 3-point shooters. What needs to happen is they already have to be there so that it's just 1 or 2 quick chops instead of a sprint out. Because if you're a defender sprinting out at a 3-point shooter, you are the easiest defender to beat with a quick first step.
Lovejoy got a foul. It's the first on Ty Phelan. Lexi, you are on it. Right now, Lewis Lovejoy's got that look in his eye.
You can tell when a player locks into that zone, their eyes gloss over, they lock in, their body language is different. Lovejoy wants all the smoke right now.
Likes this matchup on Phelan. Grandison almost made that one in. Oh, Lovejoy in the corner almost got the steal. They say it's off Lewis, but a play's never over when that guy's on the court.
100%. Lovejoy is the Energizer Bunny as a guard who's not the tallest guy out there, to say the least. He does such a good job at pulling down boards. He leads the squad with nearly 7 a game.
Pewamo Westphalia has not trailed in this game. Eklund, a big reason why. Piggott! Oh, man, that was almost a pretty move for the big man.
Piggott looking like a guard out there with the spin cycle.
Lovejoy starting to draw defense. He shook up Eklund. Left it short. Too many moves.
Lovejoy, his moves were great. They put Eklund on skates. He got all the way into the rack, had all the space in the world, but he utilized all that energy on his ball handling instead of focusing on the shot.
They get looking around. 10 and 14 in the semis. Held in check today. Just 4 points for 32 in blue. Farmer. Phelan. Threw it away. That was a really good defensive possession by ATAP.
Much better adjustment by ATAP in this second quarter. They're playing better team defense, moving on a string, calling out the switches sooner, and it's working. They're getting some stops.
Nolan George comes back in. Phelan's out. There's Trent Piggott's face. Told the story. Similar looking game that ATAP played in their semi against Menominee on Thursday. Struggled early, surged late. Lovejoy gave it up. Price! Phelan the rebound.
ATAP is settling on the three ball. The only player who can pull up on a three without getting a paint touch first should be Lovejoy. Everyone else needs more rhythm.
Eklund on Lovejoy. Lewis couldn't grab it. Eklund scores again.
Eklund's so good at staying locked in. It doesn't matter if you bobble him, if you almost tie him up. He knows his mission. You aren't stopping him.
Timeout. Zach Kelso calls another one.
Timeout.
ATAP was down by 9 points, Lexi, at halftime of their semifinal game against Menominee. They hung in that fight and surged in the second half. But Menominee didn't have a player like Brady Eklund.
Eklund is so good at staying locked in. He was completely fearless of Grandison coming over. Big body, big wingspan, coming up, trying to contest. Eklund had those eyes locked on the rim. ATAP can still get back into this game. We've seen them come back from down 9 at the half in semifinals. They have to continue having that effort. PW is doing a really good job at the second ATAP starts to go on a run at stopping the bleeding and stringing together some score-stop score sequences for themselves to keep their foot on the gas.
Dominic Schneider, PW alum, trying to get them all the way home. His counterpart on the girls' side is Brady Eklund's dad. Steve Eklund is the head coach of the girls' team, and they're still alive in their playoffs. We very well see them back at the Breslin Center for the girls' semis and finals next weekend. Lovejoy attacking. Oh, it just wouldn't roll in. But he's 90% at the line this year, so a safe bet as he walks there.
If I'm Lovejoy, I'm going at Eklund every single time. If he's down low on that help line, I'm trying to get PW's best player in foul trouble as soon as possible to get him sitting on the bench.
There's something about the Lovejoy family. They just make free throws. Lewis Lovejoy is 90% at the line. His older brother, Orlando, who was Detroit Mercy's best player this year, he was also 90% at the free throw line.
The other thing that ATAP has to adjust on is feeding the hot hands. Lovejoy's 5 for 11 from the field. All other ATAP players just 2 for 15. They've got to get that ball in the hands of Lovejoy.
Piggott turned around, got his miss. The big man working hard. And Trent's going back to the line. He has lived at the charity stripe in this first game.
Grandison cannot play that pogo stick battle game against Piggott. You have to and push out of the paint.
Let's go. Let's go.
Down low.
What's this here?
Oh, the big boy.
One way or another, even if it's by hitting the
Lexi, we got real serious foul problems that we
Oh, this ATAP. Navy!
away. 3 different starters. Lewis Lovejoy, Devontae Grandison, Dontrell Grandison all have 2 fouls.
What's really scary is ATAP is not a big team. their biggest guy is Dontrell Grandison, who's starting to get in some foul trouble now.
Eklund thought about it. Phelan will take it. Eklund. Oh boy, big call. That's his second foul.
A-Tap can't rebound with these.
This is key for A-Tap. You want to try to get Eklund in foul trouble as soon as possible, but a really good decision by PW's head coach, Dominic Schneider, to pull Eklund out right now. He doesn't want to risk anything.
Gonna roll the dice. Is this the part of the ball game where A-Tap closes the gap going into halftime?
I'm so happy for A-Tap.
Lovejoy drawing multiple Pewamo Westphalia defenders. Inside, Grandison fouled. That's the 4th team foul on Pewamo Westphalia.
Grandison does a good job at sealing on the blocks, and especially with Piggott pushed up so far, doubling Lovejoy, that's where Lovejoy has to find Grandison down low. But Grandison needs to demand it. He's got to find that seal down there first.
That's Ty Phelan's second foul. So now 3 different Pewamo Westphalia players have 2 fouls. Lovejoy. Oh, man. This guy's just a born scorer for the moment he came out of the womb.
Right in front of PW student section 2, who's sitting there chanting air ball, thinking that's going to get in Lovejoy's head. That fuels him.
18 for Lewis. All but 5 of the A-Tap points belong to number 0.
Damn, for real?
And a steal. A-Tap surging with Eklund out of the game. Lovejoy. Grandison had it ripped out of his hands.
Really good job, though, by A-Tap. Almost getting another steal right there. They forced the turnover, and now they have forced PW into 6 turnovers, a team that's really good at taking care of the rock. If A-Tap can turn their defense into offense, they're going to get back into this game so quickly.
Lewis Lovejoy is the type of player where you cannot sleep on him for a second. If you do, he will do what he just did, create a turnover.
Okay, yeah, Lovejoy.
A-Tap has survived a first half where anyone not named Lovejoy can make a shot. They'll play for the final shot. The first half they didn't have control, but they're alive.
Let's go.
Lovejoy with 4. Lewis, Lovejoy. Almost got that one to drop. And PW's lead is 5 after 2 quarters of the Division III state championship.
A-Tap had to shake off some nerves, get some mistakes out, make up from it in the first quarter. They have finally started to get into their rhythm in the second.
They pounded
Big
them on
day
the
for
side.
Pewamo Westphalia, trying to win their second ever state championship in boys basketball. It could be back-to-back. The girls could win it next weekend. Pewamo Westphalia's done that before, by the way. They did it in 2019. One of their proudest alums, the head coach, Dominic Schneider. He's going to join us on the floor with Alexis Aya.
It's a great shot.
All right, Alexis ready with Coach Schneider. Let's send it to him.
Coach, a strong first half, but how do you
I got to
slow
take an
down
intermission,
Lovejoy
brother.
on your defensive end?
I think we just got to
get
keep
right
working
back
him,
on.
throwing extra bodies at him. We can't lose track of him. We went under a few screens that hurt us. You got to have a high hand on him and respect his mid-range game as well.
What do you feel like is working best for you on the offensive end?
Taking our time. I think if we make them have to defend in the half court and get our weak side curls and our weak side players, we're finding good shots. So we got to be patient and not play at their pace offensively.
Main adjustment you want to let your team be aware of to make for the second half?
Offensive rebounding on their end. We got to make sure we box them out, get them off the glass, get no extra opportunities. They got a few, and that's hurt us. So if we can get one shot from them and get them going against our half-court defense, I like our chances.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck second half.
All right now.
Dominic Schneider, a proud PW alum, trying to get his team to the finish line, but it's going to be tough. Halftime push-ups are always a necessity. Lewis Lovejoy has scored 18 of the 23 A-Tap points. That's 78%. I didn't do that math. Our stats guy Dave did. God bless him, because my math skills aren't those great. Second half coming up. Grady Eklund and Pewamo Westphalia with the early punch. But A-Tap hanging in the game. They trailed at half of the semis and still won. This ball game is far from over.
Where Mark Buell, Executive Director of the Michigan High School Athletic Association, along with Don Simon, Executive Officer.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our